Good afternoon, it's Elizabeth Shannon from loudinacrowd.com, and I'm here today with a Amazon best-selling author, Victoria Ugarte, who's just released her latest book called Losing Sight of the Shore. So,
hello, Elizabeth.
Hello, lovely to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you
and
for having me.
congratulations on being a bestseller. I mean, in the first month that it was released. That's
yes,
cool.
Yes, it was really unexpected, and I'm quite thrilled about that development. Yeah,
it's fantastic. So tell me, your dad was in the publishing business in Manila.
Yes.
And tell us, you had a family that was continually accessing and socialising and mixing with all different sorts of nationalities and different levels of business and whatever.
Yes, I was blessed with a very multicultural upbringing. For starters, we are of Basque heritage, Spanish and Basque heritage, and my maternal grandfather was actually from the north of Italy. And in Manila, of course, is a Southeast Asian country, so that in itself was already a very interesting mix.
Yes.
But my late father was a publisher of the Philippines Herald, and so because of his line of work, we were continually mixing with, or my parents, and as a result us children, were mixing with foreign dignitaries and expats and a very colorful group of people. And it was actually glorious because, we were exposed to other cultures at a very early age. My parents traveled extensively, and they always brought me back dolls from another country or a national costume that I would love to wear. So we were made aware of different cultures from a very early age.
And as a child, it's more fun. I mean, obviously your parents were probably looking at behaving correctly and protocols, but as a kid you were probably mucking around in the yard or in the house with different foods all of the time, and
a lot of different flavors from different countries, and for us being kind of citizens of the world, for want of a better word, was just a given, and we felt everybody did that. So, everybody was exposed to that. So it was not, we didn't see it as a novelty, because it was something that we engaged in all the time.
It just was like osmosis.
Yes.
Yeah, and I mean, kids don't think anything is unusual. If you're brought up in an environment, they usually just absorb it, and so this is it. Your whole life you've lived in what different countries?
Well, yes, I lived in the Philippines until the age of 16. After that, we came to Australia. We moved to Australia. At the age of 8, I went with my mother to visit Madrid, and we were there for 3 months. Her sisters were there, and her father was still alive at the time. So we were in Madrid for 3 months, which I absolutely adored. And later on in my life, I completed my college in the United States. So having to adapt to different cultures was, not that it was easy, but it was something that we had been used to.
Do you speak other languages apart from English?
Yes, I speak fluent Spanish, and I speak a little bit of Tagalog, which is the national language of the Philippines. It comes back to me whenever I travel back there.
Yeah, which broadens your attitude as well. I've heard that people that speak different languages actually think differently as well as
I'm not sure, but it certainly gives us the freedom when we travel, because learning Spanish, it's easier for me to perhaps understand French and Italian a little bit more, as they're both Latin-based languages, and certainly in the Philippines, gosh, it helps to be able to talk Tagalog. Not that the the locals expect it to be coming out
Yeah.
of my mouth, being
Yeah.
blonde hair and green eyed.
Yeah.
But it's always lovely to see the looks on their faces when I
Yeah.
do, and
Yeah.
it helps me understand.
I'm sure it would. So this book is a mixture of your personal life, and
Yes.
then in book 2, it's covers different countries that
Yes.
you've travelled in. So it expands us into a worldwide story. I must say, I found the personal stories touching and
you.
very revealing. Lovely to write a book and reveal so much about yourself, which is great.